Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Regardless of who you are or why you're in attendance, I hope you enjoy the show. In 1969, Swiss-American psychiatrist and near-death studies expert Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross pioneered a new model of near-death thinking, describing the stages of patients facing death. What does this have to do with me, you ask? The Kubler-Ross model quickly gained popularity as a model for grief in general. Thus was born the 5 stages of grief. I use the stages to rationalize a lot more than grief. The 5 stages of impulse buying, the 5 stages of hangovers, and relationships throughout my life, if you can even call them that, have been nothing like the movies. 10 Things I Hate About You, The Breakfast Club, Grease. Instead, I was welcomed to high school with, "It's not you, it's me. I'm sorry, I'm not looking for anything serious. I like men," and a slew of horrifying, memorable experiences. Marco was my first kiss shortly after I questioned if I was asexual. Vince could have been my endgame until he was suspended for vaping. Will? He seemed innocent enough, but then he asked me for nudes in the 5th period. I was so excited to go to prom with Liam, up until I found myself holding his jacket while he threw up a bottle of Malibu he had gotten from the Target around the corner. And last, but certainly not least, there was Paul. We met in 12th grade math class, and he was chiseled by God himself. His arms. Let's just say he was too short to be acting the way he did. I'll forever remember that face, though. But this was high school. I was on the bench. In college, it was finally game time. It had to be different, right? In the 5 stages of dating in college, denial's the first stage. I was knee-deep in it. By the time I graduated, I vowed to be summa cum laude candidate, signed a job offer in New York, and most importantly, have a boyfriend. I'm happy to report that I accomplished 2 of the 3. The honors in the job were easy. The boyfriend, not so much. James, my first college boy, my first real boyfriend, was almost perfect, but so fucking cheesy and unbearably cocky. I noticed him immediately, my first week of freshman year leaving the bar. He was hard to miss. He seemed like he had 1,000 friends all his life, and at the same time, I had a distinct feeling that no one really knew him. And I love a challenge. In hindsight, it was obvious who James was from the start, but his smile made it easy to ignore the red flags. What? It was harmless, I swear. And it wasn't just me. From the start, James bombarded me. "You're so beautiful. You're so special. I'm so lucky to have you." He barely knew me. It was disgusting. But it worked like clockwork. When he casually added, "I love you," I believed him. Of course. Surely that meant we were exclusive, right? But all good things come to an end. Turns out James had 3 other special people in his life. In the 2nd stage of dating in college, daters become irrationally angry. I guess people don't really change. By the time the anger had finally faded, there was a new boy. He dragged me into the 3rd stage of dating in college, bargaining. At the time, I tried to convince myself that I was in control. But looking back on this, that was far from the case. Every night I felt like I was fighting myself. In all honesty, I didn't even really like Cole. He kind of creeped me out. He somehow managed only to text me at the witching hour. Coincidence? I think not. The point is, I started to think of him as some supernatural being, because despite the fact that I did not want to see him, there was some magnetic force that brought me straight to his door and into his bed. I won't elaborate further. swear he must have been possessed. Any hour that wasn't between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., he would pretend not to know me. In class, at the bar, Jesus, even at CVS. He would act like I didn't exist. I might as well have been a ghost. But the second the clock struck 3, I was off to his house like Little Red Riding Hood, going to see the big bad wolf. Luckily, his spell didn't last very long. When I really thought about it, Cole was boring, rude, and plain disrespectful. I just wanted the attention. Does that make me the villain? I had survived another stage. Bargaining wasn't the best, but it certainly wasn't the worst. Depression. I should have seen it coming. I met him when I was a junior. He was a D1 tennis player with perfect grades, didn't drink. He was disciplined and driven. What could go wrong? He wasn't like the rest. He was sweet, caring, passionate, up until I realized that it was only to get what he wanted. How'd your econ exam go?
Tough. I'm worried this is going to bring my grade down before graduation.
I'm sure you did fine. You're always so hard on yourself.
Thanks. I guess we'll see. I saw the photos from last night. You looked great.
Thanks. I'm really glad that dress worked out. I wouldn't have been able to return it.
You would have looked beautiful in anything.
I really wish you would have been there. It was so much fun.
I know. I missed out.
Sam blacked out and did a backflip off the bar. It was so funny.
You know I can't miss practice. You haven't even asked how it went.
What?
I'm just saying it would have been nice if you checked in. You know I have a pretty big week.
You have a big week every week. This is the one night I wanted you to be there for me and you couldn't even be bothered.
Clearly you don't get it. You just don't care.
How could you even say that?
You're just so selfish sometimes!
I'm selfish? Fuck you! It was my 21st birthday!
You really think getting fucked up at your birthday party is more important than my future?
Your future, it's always about you. It's never about me.
What are you suggesting I do then? Drop everything? Go party with you and your friends who I don't even like?
It's not even about the partying. When I had my interview in New York, I still made it to your tournament. You would never do something like that for me. When I was younger, I never thought I'd care so much about the boys who wronged me. But after every failed attempt, you each took a piece of me. And what's worse, you were all left unscathed. You had no idea what you'd done to me. And every time, all I ever wanted was for you to understand. I wish you understood. The last stage is acceptance. The last stage is acceptance.
Hey, let's just keep this casual, okay?
Hey boy, what you say, boy? You tryna play coy like a game boy? Hit my phone, boy. Is your homeboy? Are you alone, boy? Come give me dome, boy. Got a boy with degrees, a boy in the streets, a boy on his knees, he a man in the sheets. Sheesh, it's all Greek to me. Got this boy speaking Spanish.